So for today's video I'm doing another Halloween tutorial, and this one is a vampire. I did go for the kind of non-traditional bite because the bites are normally just like the two dots, but I decided to go for an actual like proper bite mark just to try and make it a little bit more different. But if you guys would like to know how to get this vampire look, then keep on watching. So because vampires have pretty much flawless skin, I'm using my MAC Studio Fix foundation and I'm just applying this all over my face and then setting it with the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the shade 001 Transparent. Then from my Naked Basics palette I took the shade Faint and I just filled in and defined my eyebrows using this. I didn't fill it in with a black or anything because that would just look ridiculous and way too intense with my hair colour. I then took the shade Fawn from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and on my Real Techniques flat contour brush I just really sculpted out my cheekbones really harsh and intensely, and then I also applied this around my temples. Then to add a flush of red to my cheeks, I took this Plum blush from number 7 and then finished off my cheeks with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone just to try and make my cheekbones look like they're more forwards and bigger. Now onto my eyes, I took the shade Texture from MAC and I just applied this quite heavily onto my crease and my outer corner of my eye just as a transition shade for the burgundy smoky eye I'm about to do. I then took the shade Embark from the Burgundy x9 palette and I just applied this through my crease and in my outer corner also, just to kind of deepen up the look and to kind of build it up gradually. I then took the shade Sketch and then applied this on a flat shade brush on the outer half of my eye, and I then took the shade Cranberry and applied this in the inner half of my eye on again the flat shader brush, and then blended these two shades together just to kind of make them go into a gradient. I then mixed together the shades Sketch and Embark and just applied this through my crease again just to make it a little bit deeper. To finish off the crease, I then took the shade Hashtag Noir and just applied this into the crease and onto the outer corner just because I decided this wasn't dark enough for a vampire look. For my lower lash line, I took the shade Sketch once again and I just applied this along the lower lash line and blended it out back and forth into the lid eyeshadow. I then took my Ted Baker eyeliner and just applied this on a straight line across my upper lash line. I did try to do a wing, but it didn't work out very well and it just didn't look right, but if you guys would like to apply a wing, then feel free to do so. I then mixed the shades Embark and Sketch once again and I used this to do my veins on the Real Techniques accent brush. So just basically applied some squiggly lines coming out from my lower lash line and then drew some little lines branching off. You guys can do this in whatever colour you would like. You could do them in red, you could do them in blue, or you could do them in purple like me, or you could make them as intense as you like, or just really light so you could barely see them. I just kind of did mine in the middle. I then took the shade Embark and I used this to start a bruise. So I just drew two half moon shapes on my neck and then took the shade Red Brick and just applied this over the top. Red Brick is an amazing shade to make bruises because it just creates a really nice irritated look. Then from this 88 palette that I have, I took this blue shade and just applied this over the top of that just because I wanted to add the kind of blue shade that you do get in bruises. I then took this yellow and applied it with my finger all over. This really did make it look a little bit more like a bruise. And then I took this red shade and just blended it over the top. You guys can go as intense as you want with this, but I just kind of did it as simple as possible. I then took my Brick lip liner from MAC and then lined the outside of my lips just because I'm going to be applying a red shade and I didn't want it to bleed outwards. This also makes the application of the lipstick easier because it gives you some guidelines. I then took the shade Diva from MAC. This is literally my favourite MAC lipstick ever. I love it. And I just applied this all over my lips just because this is like a really nice vampire colour because it's just a really dark matte red. I then took my L'Oreal Miss Manga mascara and I just applied this to my top and bottom lashes. I would recommend applying some false lashes with this, but I'm not very good at applying them and I didn't want to get glue everywhere. I then took some fake blood on a little brush and I just applied this in a kind of squiggly line coming out of my mouth. This is to act as like a drip of blood, and it would be much more realistic if you actually did drip the blood down, but it does go everywhere when you do that. To create the bite, I got these fake teeth when I bought my fake blood, and I just applied fake blood all over it and then pressed it into my neck just to kind of act as a guideline for my tooth mark. So then I took some of the fake blood again and just really defined some of the teeth, and then took some black face paint and just applied this to the base of each tooth mark just to kind of look like it's actually sunken in and not just painting on the surface of the skin. And I did actually blend this out to kind of make it look a little bit old. I then mixed together the shades Embark and Sketch. I think these are the eyeshadows that I've used the most in this tutorial because they're just kind of typical vampire colours. And I decided to draw some of the veins coming out of the bite mark. You don't have to do this, I just felt like doing it. And I then took some fake blood and dripped it coming from the bite mark, and then this is the look done. I hope you guys enjoyed this Halloween tutorial. If you did, then give it a big thumbs up and subscribe below for more videos from me and for more Halloween tutorials, because I'm going to try and get up quite a few this week because obviously Halloween is quite soon. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, like I said before, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe below for more videos from me. Thank you for watching.